Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 180. I'm Connor Murphy, here with Grace Matthews in Springfield, Missouri. Hi, Grace. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. How's the summer?
Happy day. We got a great show.
Oh, right on. How's the weather?
Actually, mild. It's a little too mild for summer, but since they didn't get my air conditioning fixed the other day, I'm kind of glad it's mild.
Yeah.
I would be frying.
It actually is fairly mild up here north of the border as well. It's, it has to be that global warming that's causing the cooling. So.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous. I'm going to have to get a heater on my pool.
Yeah, that's all sarcasm.
If we're going to have this much coolness. Oh, yeah, but, I know, but think about it. We have dropped our average temperature for the summer has dropped significantly in the last decade.
Yeah, I know.
Down here in the Ozarks. It is still hard for me to believe that the Earth is 1 degree warmer and we are running 10 degrees colder in the summer.
Yeah, I know. The math doesn't add up.
Make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And, a lot of things don't make sense.
No.
And me, for one, I'm getting hacked off.
Uh-oh.
We're out here outside the bubble, and that's one of the reasons why I think people should want to listen to us.
Yeah, we're not
in the bubble. We're not empty. We're not in New York. You're not inside Vancouver. You're not inside
Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa. Thank you. We're outside. We're living a different life than these people are.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
They say there's a lot of them, like commentators on Fox and other platforms that are conservative.
Right.
And a lot of conservative politicians that say they really care about us out here in the flyover state or in general outside the bubble. And I don't see it. I see them feeding us a line of bull all the time.
Too much, yeah.
Okay, do these commentators and politicians, they follow each other on Twitter and Facebook.
Right.
How do you know what we think if they ever follow any of us?
They don't care what we think. That's the thing.
They don't put people on the air. I mean, now with Skype and FaceTime, these TV stations, they can put somebody outside the bubble on the air and talk to them every day.
Right.
Doesn't cost them a thing.
Right.
Just to know what we think about the issues.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't do it.
No, of course not. They don't care.
They don't care.
No.
And we're getting fed up. We're getting fed up with the double standard.
Yeah, and we have that same double standard north of the border.
Yeah, I mean, you've got people that can't get away with anything. They're being tried for petty crimes that occurred decades ago, that there should have been statutes that ran out. And I'm not endorsing anyone's misbehavior.
Right, but send to Rikers for it? Excuse me?
Exactly. I mean, come on. And this is an old sick man. And look at what's done to Flynn.
Yeah, crucified him.
I mean, they absolutely crucified him. But we can find out, and as we'll talk about in the show today, Omar married her brother.
Yeah.
To avoid his deportation.
Right.
We've got Hillary. I mean, how many laws have Hillary broken? And we know she broke them.
Yeah.
Okay? And her story is just one. We've got uranium one.
Russian dossier goes on and on.
Exactly. It just goes on and on and on. We have John Kerry and
Right.
the Logan Act, his behavior as it relates to Iran.
Right.
Okay, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. We've got all these people in the Obama White House that tried to nail Trump and his people.
Right.
They basically started a coup. We know these people broke the law. We know the IG suggested that they should file charges against McCabe. That's never happened.
Right.
Why aren't we doing anything? And where is that other IG report we've been promised? We are getting close to July. They said May or early June. Where the hell is it?
Yeah, it seems like the left is getting off basically scot-free, and if you're on the right, not only are you a racist and whatever else name calling of the day it is, you got to pay the consequences.
Well, it's starting to look like a lot more Republicans than we thought are part of the deep state.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
They need to step up to the plate and start prosecuting some of these people, or at least lay it out. Give us the evidence. If you're not going to prosecute them, okay, but we have the right to know out here.
Right.
Quit teasing us with, oh, we're going to have it next week. We're going to have it in a few days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see that. Let's see this stuff.
It. You know, hand it over, buddies.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's crazy.
Yeah, same thing's going on here in Canada, pretty much. And people are getting fed up with it. Like on social media, a lot of people are being very vocal about it. And, it doesn't do anything for, because I'm sure in the groups I'm in, there are other liberal spies and trolls, and it doesn't do us any favors, but people are getting vocal about it. And if they're vocal about it, they're ready to do something about it.
Especially Canadians. Yeah, especially Canadians, because they tend to be a little less vocal than we are. I mean,
yeah, and we're pissed.
So that when they are vocal, that they are fed up.
Yeah, absolutely. And it divided the country more east and west than anything ever before.
And it's sad. I mean, the division is just the name of the game. Trump had a really good week last week. He went to Orlando. He announced his candidacy for 2020. It was a good speech. It was a great week for him.
Yeah, I saw the same week Biden was speaking like in a shop that was on the grounds of a stadium, and the parking lot was only half full. That was the day Trump launched his rally. It's kind of
like they said, there is about 10 times as many people standing in line at the bathroom at a Trump rally than attend any of these Democrats.
So how's he winning?
Rally. How is Biden winning when Trump's got more people?
Yeah,
I think that the polls, I think it's ridiculous. It really is. But that when Trump has a good week, they've always got a woman outside waiting for him.
Yeah. Right.
And they always give it a day for his, for him to bask in the glory of whatever it is he did. Okay?
Right.
And then the next day they hit him with someone accusing he raped them or sexually assaulted them. Or, as in a couple of the cases, they wanted to do it. They were, perfectly willing. But yet they just decide they want to come forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
And with no consequences.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Kiss and tell.
Yeah, there has to be consequences for it to stop. And there hasn't been.
So, this time we have writer Jean Carroll. She says that 20 years ago, Trump raped her in an upscale department store in Manhattan in the dressing room.
Okay. I've seen a picture of her.
She does not fit the profile at all. Okay, at all.
Yeah.
And so I was skeptical from the beginning. Okay. And Alyssa Milano, she believed her. This woman
Oh, of
has
course.
the careers, and I wrote a note to her. I said, she just does fit the profile. I tried not to, talk mean about her, but she just doesn't.
Well, the other profile women didn't work either. So they're trying something new. They're, being creative,
Exactly.
I guess.
And then, he's a germaphobe. There probably wasn't a shower in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Then I had people crawling all, just telling me, oh, he admitted to this. He's on tape admitting to it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Well, I doubt it too. First of all, he might have admitted having sex with somebody. I don't know. They could have him on tape. But with Jean Carroll?
Yeah, I doubt
Or
it.
was it somebody else? I mean, you're talking about a 20-year-old tape.
Yeah.
I was just very skeptical, okay? And so I'm getting hit up all day long on Twitter. About an hour later, she comes forward. This happens on Twitter on Saturday morning.
Okay.
So sometime Saturday afternoon, she withdraws this
Oh, backpedal.
accusation.
Somebody
But
mentioned treason.
She's still been on the shows. Okay?
Oh yeah, getting it in
Last
the media.
night, she goes on Anderson Cooper's show.
Right.
First of all, she flirts with Anderson. She's really not Anderson's type, okay?
Right.
There's no doubt about that.
Or
And
is she?
then she says that rape is sexy.
Well, there
And
you go.
Anderson has to cut commercial.
There's a nut job for you right there.
She is a nut. And she also said, I guess, on the CNN early morning show that she still had the dress she was wearing, but she didn't want it tested for Trump's sperm.
Right.
She also wrote a memoir, and she never mentioned it in her memoir.
Oh, well, there you
So
go.
she just came out there when it was convenient, when Trump had a winning week.
Yeah, I bet you it was way worth.
It makes these stations look like they've found another Avenatti.
It was worth a couple million to her, so someone paid that bill.
Someone paid it. You're right. And maybe several someones.
Yeah.
I have a feeling when these people come forward, it's not just one person or one group
No.
paying them. They're collecting, like the hospice people and the donuts.
Oh yeah. I mean, she's putting her reputation
The
on the
whole
line here.
family, everybody in the family gives them $20 for the donuts.
Yeah. Well, she knows that she's sacrificing her reputation and her career on it, so it's probably 10 to 12 million.
It's always 10 to 12 million by the time
Yeah.
they're done. Now who's paying George Conway?
Yeah. Who is paying George
I'd like
Conway?
to know if his bank account is going up because he's a freak.
Yeah.
Okay, he says that Jean Carroll's story is more credible than Juanita Broderick. Now, let me tell you, Juanita Broderick, if you hear her tell the story, you damn well know she's not lying.
Right.
And you know as well as I do, we had Jennifer Flowers on our show. She said that when she met Juanita Broderick, she loves Bill. Jennifer Flowers loves Bill Clinton.
Right.
The last thing she wanted to do is believe he could rape somebody. She said, Juanita tells the truth.
Yep. There you go.
Okay? So what is George Conway's deal? I mean, he does this to hurt his wife, Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah. So.
I mean, he's still married to her. She's the mother of his 4 kids. What kind of a freaking ass is this?
It's all about money.
Somebody's got to be paying him because no one would do this to his children and embarrass his family like this if there wasn't a hell of a lot of money involved.
Yeah, and money on the levels of a George Soros or someone like that. Wonder who it could
got
be.
to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be because it's just very sad. Very sad when to his wife. He can hate Trump all he wants. I mean, at one point, he wanted a job in the White House. But when he didn't get it, he turned.
Right.
And he couldn't just keep his mouth shut for his wife and kids. Tell you what, that's some kind of man.
Yeah. Disgusting, actually.
Yeah. Okay, General Flynn. Everybody is always interested in his story because they believe that he's been railroaded. And I think they're right. I really do. I believe that he should have registered as an agent when he did work for Turkey, but really that's not what he's gone down on.
Right.
He's been railroaded into lying to the FBI. Well, he's awaiting his sentencing. Now, even though Matt's given his report and he's done, I guess the team is still pounding on Flynn and probably Manafort.
Right.
Nevertheless, Flynn fired all of his attorneys the other day and hired new ones. In this process, and I'm not sure why this leaked out, but it did. They said that General Flynn, when he was working under the Obama administration, opened up a big can of worms when it comes to Mrs. Clinton. And the fact that certain classified documents had been hacked. The minute he learned this, Obama's FBI, etc., was all over him.
Wow. Okay, so almost headhunting the whistleblower, so to speak.
Exactly. And it carried over when Trump, because they certainly didn't want him to be able to carry over this information. We don't know what all about the Clintons.
Yeah.
Or about Mrs. Clinton. I don't think this was Bill.
I mean, we're talking about someone whose nickname is Killary.
Exactly.
That says a lot right there.
Yeah. So, and another econ that suicide.
Oh, they were suicided.
Their buddies commit awful suicide. General Flynn violated the Logan Act. So we all expected, even though no one had really been convicted of the Logan Act in years, and that would be working with another country.
Right.
Or, telling them secrets that you might have in relation to the government. Or even making deals. Okay? The Logan Act. So we expected that they might convict him of that. But they didn't. And apparently Mueller kind of threw the Logan Act out. Sort of made it ineffective. And there's speculation that he did that because John Kerry and possibly Barack Obama are violating the Logan Act. And so he was kind of watching out for them. John Kerry has been talking to Iran, maybe giving Iran tips on how to get around some of Trump's policies and sanctions.
Oh, yeah.
But they're saying that the way Mueller handled the Logan Act in relationship to Flynn might have been to protect John Kerry and Barack Obama.
Yeah, that really makes me think.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting thought there. We'll have to come back and visit that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
We're sick and tired of these people. We know have violated the law. They just keep turning their heads towards us, giving us a smug look, and keep on keeping on.
Yeah,
and we don't do anything. Like we're stupid piss ants.
Yeah, they don't even have to say they're sorry.
No, they don't. They just keep doing it.
Yeah, if you're on the left, you're okay. Yeah, it's a get out of jail free card.
Yeah. But I tell you what, I think that paying for followers on any social media platform, it stinks. I mean, I would much rather follow someone that has 10,000 people than someone that has 100,000, because I know that person that had 100,000 probably paid for them.
Or they're taking money from others to promote products or services or whatever, and they're running it as a business.
Heaven forbid you're running for president and you have to buy followers.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Joe Biden did. He got caught by followers on Twitter.
Wow.
How embarrassing is that?
Yeah, that is, that's sad. Very sad.
Very sad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else is sad. It's sad that we have senators and congresspeople that don't understand that 10 years ago, under the Obama administration, banks quit making student loans. Not only did they quit making student loans, the government bought all the student loans from the banks.
Oh, wow. There you go.
So the new predatory lender, dear Bernie, is the United States government. And the predatory lender you are griping about is the United States government under Barack Obama.
There you go.
Predatory lending laws, because the minute the government took over these loans, the universities skyrocketed their price of admission.
Yeah, wow. There you go.
And the minute you alleviate this, what do you think those institutions are going to do?
Up the price.
Raise the price.
Yeah, you're right.
Until they break the United States of America. In my opinion, the United States government should not be giving those student loans. The institutions should be making their own student loans.
Right, and if they were providing students with education that actually had jobs attached to them at the end, they would get their money back.
Exactly. I bet you would see the price of a degree, be a little bit more in line with what the degree will actually pay on the outside.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's been a lot of deception going on over that, and it will continue. It'll get worse.
People talk about corporations and all these rich billionaires. I'll tell you who holds a great deal of the wealth in the United States. That's the University endowments. Take a look at those.
Yeah.
If you want to see who really holds money in the United States of America, you will look at those endowment funds.
Yeah. You are right there, man.
And I will tell you, there's some universities running really scared. For example, Missouri University, or Missouri State University, here in Springfield. It used to be SMSU, so that's when I went there. So I always still try to call it SMSU. Nevertheless, this fall, they're going to roll back their prices.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because I believe that we are moving towards them having to make their own loans and them having to roll back their prices. And I think a lot of universities are preparing for that, because we're not going to pay off everybody's student loans. What are we going to do next?
Right.
Pay off everybody's mortgages? Well, what about the people that already paid theirs off?
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that would be a good progression, is leaving it in the laps of the universities.
Absolutely. I talked to a girl yesterday. She has a PhD, good for her, but she has been paying on it for at least 5 years. She still owes $180,000.
Wow. Unreal.
I mean, she will be close to retirement.
Yeah.
Before she ever gets that paid for, if she ever does.
Yeah, I agree. I know a lot of people like that up here north of the border too. Yeah, same thing.
It's very sad. It's very sad. Okay, Omar. She married her brother. I mean, she married him, which in the United States, that is committing immigration and marital fraud.
Wow.
She probably even committed tax fraud, the best I could see when I was looking through this, because while she was married to her bubby, she was filing taxes with the guy she was previously married to and maybe never really divorced. So you might even have bigamy in here.
Wow. Unreal.
My point is, and I am skeptical as to whether she will ever be punished. Okay, we know she broke the law.
Yeah.
Will she ever be punished? Or is she just like Hillary or something? We just don't punish these people.
Well, it would be racist to punish her for anything, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is in Canada.
But it also, I think what scares me more than anything about this, because she'll probably get away with it, is when these people, because I believe she was from Sudan, when they come from these third world countries, we're just taking their word for everything.
Yeah, because there's not records.
There's no real vetting process.
Yeah.
And, and they really, when you have lived that sort of life, and where, in a country where you don't particularly feel safe, lying comes easy.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah, and they tend to lie a lot.
You know what I think about when you're talking about this? I think about Forrest Gump. I go, changing it to, immigrants or like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Exactly. And that's a good point.
Yeah. So this is an issue up here in Canada, voiced by a lot of Canadians, because I think we took in more refugees than any other country last year.
Yeah, you did.
And, a lot of Canadians are concerned. How good was that vetting process? And when we ask those questions, we don't get any answers.
We get one here. You're a racist.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
You ask about
if you
that.
question that here, you get called a racist right away.
Yeah.
White supremacist, racist. Yeah, that's exactly how things are up here too.
Yeah, and I'm tired of the double standards. Like I said, we keep going back
to the double standard.
To our original question.
Interesting how we've
the bubble. We're sick of it.
Interesting that Canada has followed you guys right in there, which makes me realize it's not a country's problem. This is a global issue, and it's being initiated by the UN and globalists such as George Soros. So
exactly. Well, look, I mean, really, the first country to have this as such a problem was really Germany.
Right.
And look how much, and I believe maybe even France had the problem before Germany, but they kept it a secret, kind of.
Yeah, they tried to.
So you're right. Globally, this is just a huge problem, and we really can't afford to take care of everybody.
Yeah, and this could be...
We can't afford that kind of crime.
This could be also a ploy to, start putting up facial recognition cameras and things like that, like they have in China. So it could be part of the ploy, the bigger picture.
But then we're giving up some of our rights to privacy.
Absolutely. So we give up the
I
rights.
don't know what's right. Yeah.
We give up our rights, and they just go ahead and lie about theirs. So,
And I think a lot of times people are afraid to enforce the laws because it will become a racist issue. They'll start screaming racism or sexism or some sort of ism.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Totally.
It gets old.
Yep.
There's a lot of hypocrisy that goes on. I mean, even if you just listen to these Democratic candidates, I mean, they can't even stick to the subject.
Yeah.
I mean, they're contradicting themselves all the time. I probably will not watch the debate. They will have 2 nights of debate, tomorrow night and Thursday night, I believe, and NBC will be covering it. They are not letting any conservative-based channels carry it.
Wow.
Which is cutting off their nose to spite their face, because in a presidential election, you need to pull people from the other party. For example, I keep harping at the Republicans, and I really don't call myself a Republican as much as a conservative. But you have got to, the Republicans, in order to win, you've got to pull all of the conservatives, all of the Republicans, all of the libertarians. You got to pull some Democrats, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to get those independents.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, so why would the DNC not allow that debate to be shown, for example, on Fox?
Yeah,
they need to gain some of those people that would only watch it on Fox.
Yeah, I don't understand that type of logic, because you want your word to the other party.
Exactly, and now's the time, and we can all stand on all of these social media platforms and preach to our base and have a great time. But when it comes down to election time, when it comes down to campaigning, you've got to reach across that aisle and pull some people over.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I don't really care if the Democrats do that or the socialists or whatever you want to call them, but I do believe that it is ripe for picking for the Republicans and the conservatives to nab some of those middle of the road Democrats that don't want socialism, don't really want progressivism, and sure as hell they don't want communism.
Yeah. A split in that demographics of the Democratic Party, and you want to pull those anti-socialists away from the Democrats and have them vote Republican.
And I don't think it's that hard.
No.
You just got to not be constantly preaching to that base.
Yeah,
because you got the base. The base is with you.
Yeah.
Now you got to step out and party with the other side a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense that they would do that and block it from Fox. That's just ridiculous.
It doesn't. And like I said,
makes no sense.
Fox in a lot of ways ticks me off these days. But that's beside the point.
And
the DNC should let Fox, they should let Newsmax, they should let America One, the Blaze, even anybody should be able to carry both.
Absolutely.
The Republicans aren't really going to have primary debates because we've got the incumbent, but and so stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah, I guess so. It makes no sense to me.
And here's another stupid thing: the congressional left will not allow any legislation to move forward that would be perceived as positive for the president.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Therefore, these kids on the border they keep whining about are not going to get any help.
No, and they're just going to continue to blame Trump.
Give them any money.
Yeah, and they'll just continue to blame him.
Exactly. They brought up a bill, I believe today or yesterday, and they attached all this crap that Trump can't agree to. So you see what they're doing?
Yeah.
It's manipulative, and in the end, it's going to hurt them, not Trump. As Trump knows the art of the deal, he'll figure out a way around it. He has got the Mexican government working for him now. They're moving in 15,000 troops.
Yeah, I saw that this morning, actually, in the headlines.
Okay, yeah. To help Trump.
About time.
I agree. And I agree he's got him over a barrel. Here's what worries me. Is when the drug lords and the cartels decide they don't want the Mexican government helping Trump, what's going to happen then? Because we know that the cartel really runs Mexico.
Yeah.
Think about it. We're not there right now. So far, the cartel seems to be fine. Go help them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know, but
have to keep our eye on that one for sure.
The Congress, Nancy Pelosi's Congress, is not going to help those kids.
No, not at all. And they'll just continue to blame it on Trump.
Exactly. But yet they will give money to other countries. I mean, they're thinking about, and Jared Kushner's in on this, giving money to the Palestinians.
Yeah. Yeah.
before they help those kids on the border and before they try to fix the homelessness in America, especially in California.
Yeah.
Okay, where they basically made or allowed, let me say, use the word allowed, the market, the housing market, to put families out on the street. You've got working homeless people. You've
Right.
got excrement. You've got disease. You've got needles. And, when you build these places for homeless people, you know, dangerous.
Yeah, just take a drive through Nancy Pelosi's district. That's all you have to do.
Exactly.
That'll make up your mind
Actually,
right there.
I think you can get a YouTube and watch it from your.
I have. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
I saw that
You don't really
footage.
even have to go there and look at LA and Seattle.
Yeah.
And all these places. And, like I said, it's even happening here in Springfield, Missouri. We've got a very wealthy family whom I love. I adore them. They decided to go around and buy all the apartment buildings and clean it up. Okay?
Right.
Which they've done. But what they did was put a whole lot of homeless people out on the streets that weren't homeless.
Oh.
And now they're everywhere. I mean, living where I live, I used to never see anyone homeless. Now I see it every time I leave my house.
Yeah,
And
there's
a lot of them are working homeless.
yeah, and that's because a lot of people just can't afford it anymore. And
No, they
yeah,
can't.
same thing's happening here in Canada. Yeah.
You've just and you can't give money to Palestinians who all they do is hurt the Jews and the Israelis. That's what they live for. We're going to give them money.
Yeah, shouldn't they have their own money?
Obama giving money to Iran.
Yeah, pretty much for nothing.
Why does Jared want to do that? No, bad idea. Fix our border, help those children on the border, help the DACA kids.
Yeah, for crying out loud, they can't even do that.
Help these homeless people. And the ones that need mental health, get them in a facility that can help them.
Right.
I mean, shelters are a momentary fix. They become dangerous. They become a place where people trade drugs. They never really work out. So you can put a whole lot of money into shelters, and it's worthless.
Right.
Get the people with mental illness, get them to facilities. I don't care if you have to ship them across the country.
Right.
Get them someplace where they can be helped. Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Get the people into drug facilities that have drug problems, and help the people that are working and homeless with families. Help them get someplace they can afford.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you buy a bunch of trailers and put them out in the desert. Give them a home.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been taxed to death in Canada, and it's caused a lot of homelessness. So we're dealing with the same things up north here.
It's scary too. It's scary because let's face it. One thing about homeless people and why they bother us so much is most of us are just jobless or a bad problem away being there ourselves.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take too much. I know a couple of people that before 2008 were very wealthy. And one of them is homeless now. The other one is living in very bad conditions. And these are people that had a lot of money.
Wow.
They had money to burn, seemingly.
Huh.
There are a lot of people that have not recuperated from the 2008 crises. And these are people that will never recuperate.
Right.
And really, it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
And we could go on about that. We could do a whole show about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
But, back to the Iran situation. I think Trump and our other leaders, we have a problem with Iran that maybe we did not have with Afghanistan Afghanistan. Maybe we didn't have with Iraq. We definitely don't have with North Korea. And that is all of the one thing that they all have in common is the regime is evil.
Right.
All of them, except Iran, had the citizens sort of believing. You know, they sort of had that demigod kind of, you know, maybe their citizens were scared, but most of them had convinced their citizens that the outside world was bad. We don't have that in Iran. And I think that's because the underground of news and internet there has the young people in particular more educated on the situation. So you really have innocent citizens.
Right.
I think that's one reason that Trump pulled back. He was going to do this airstrike. He says they told him that 150 people would be dead, collateral damage. You know, as far as collateral damage goes, that wasn't that many. Now, every life is
not
precious.
in wartime. Not
You
in
know?
wartime. That's a small number in war.
I think with Iranians, it's difficult because in a lot of ways, the Iranian people have reached out to the American government to please help them. And how do we do that without killing some of those people? Well, try some more sanctions. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work. I think he's going to have to do an airstrike. An airstrike does not mean a declaration of war, though. We need to remember that. An airstrike is just what it is. I mean, we don't want it. We certainly don't want 150 innocent people to die.
Yeah.
But I fear that he's going to be driven to that. And
I hope not.
I really hope not. Please, no. And you got AOC.
You always got AOC in the news.
But for this concentration camp comparison, she said that the situation the children are in at the border, which I have to say, the camps, you know, with the fences around it, were created under Obama, but
exactly.
Never going to admit that.
The camps haven't changed in 25 years.
No, they haven't. There's a lot more people in them. That's all.
Yeah, how could they blame Trump for that when he's been trying all along?
Exactly. When you compare that to concentration camps, you really take the Jews off.
Yeah, nobody's exterminated.
And other people. No, nobody is being exterminated, and it's silly. Now, AOC was saying this, but a lot of people on CNN, MSNBC, some of their commentators were agreeing with this. Other Democrats were agreeing with this. I believe it's part of their playbook.
Oh, absolutely.
Through repetition, I believe this is a talking point. They plan to use this talking point so much that people start to believe it.
Right.
When the perception becomes truth.
Right.
Or a perceived truth.
Yes.
You just think it's worked in the past. It's in their playbook. I don't know that it'll work so much anymore. Because the American people, like we said at the beginning, are getting fed up.
Well, it's working on the left only for the left. But like you said, they're not reaching across and pulling those Republican voters in or the independents. They're sticking to them. They're preaching to themselves.
Exactly.
Which is scary when you think about that, because very similar to what Hitler did.
Well, and I tell you this, there is one of the guys on my feed that also has a podcast, and forgive me for not remembering his name, but he said that if Trump does not win this time, and even if he does, he's probably our last Republican president. I hope that's not the case.
No, I can't see that. I just can't see that.
I just hope it's not the case. I think that we think, from what we see on TV, that more people have turned socialistic than have really turned. socialistic.
Yeah, you're not seeing the true representation. I mean,
No.
we just talked about Trump's campaign launch and Biden's launch, and the numbers don't add up. How
They
is
don't add
Biden?
up.
How is Biden ahead? So it's another smoke and mirrors tactic to get people to believe. And well, who wants to vote for the loser? So you
And
might as well
let's
just
face
vote
it.
for Biden, right? So
It's
that's
better. It's better TV. As long as Trump people think Biden might be a hack, we're
Yeah.
watching more TV.
yeah, exactly. You got it there.
It always boils down to money. Always.
Yeah, you bet.
But, we got to be worried about the people out here in the middle. And I really say outside the bubble because there's a lot of people on the coastlines that are outside the bubble.
Yeah, in Canada, that means the people out west, because we're way out in left field, literally.
Yeah, and like I said, I think you Fox News, you talk about politicians, you talk about commentators. They're always concerned about us out here. Yet on social media platforms, they're never following us. They're following each other,
Yeah,
praising each
exactly.
other. I mean, some of the women are actually making me sick.
Yeah, it does
You
nauseate
look
you.
so beautiful. You look so, and I'm like,
Really?
we got real issues. And if you really want to know what we think about somebody, follow 100 people out there in the middle.
Exactly.
Follow 10. Quit just following each other and praising and kissing each other's asses.
Yeah, that's.
Because, you know what? You're not getting a true feel. What about, like I said, we have Skype.
Right.
We have FaceTime.
Yeah,
You
but
could have one of us on the air every day, every hour. It doesn't cost you a thing. Just to see what we think.
Yeah, but they think we're all racist, so it only matters to what they think.
Yeah, it cracks me up. It's like the pot calling kettle black.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But and here's something to think about that really hit home to me. For example, in Springfield, Missouri, and a lot of our listeners are from Springfield, and that's where I am. So, a family, most of the families are living on about $35,000 a year. Okay?
Right.
Now, I have a map here that tells me what you have to make per hour in each state to rent a 2-bedroom home. Now, that could be an apartment or a little house, whatever. Okay? In Missouri, you would need to make $16 per hour.
What's your minimum wage?
The minimum wage right now is under $8.
Wow. So you got to make
about $7.60 an hour. So if you need to make $16 on a 40-hour work week, you need to make $52,000 a year to rent a 2-bedroom place. And now Missouri is not one of the cheapest, really, but mediocre. I mean, for example, Arkansas is $2 less an hour than us.
Okay.
Oklahoma is about $1 less. South Carolina is about $1 more. But what is really earth-shattering is when you get into a place like Seattle, Washington, $27.78 an hour. California, where we got all these homeless people, $34.69 an hour.
Wow.
New York, $30.76 an hour. Hawaii, I believe, is the highest at $36.82.
Huh.
Okay, so that's what you need to make.
So you need
More
3
than
incomes.
us.
Wow.
And I think that's why, I have a son with disabilities. He has a girlfriend with disabilities. They have a little apartment. They barely make it. We help them, okay?
Right.
At the tune of about $400 a month.
Okay.
Maybe more. That's just what I know of. And then we buy, food for them. And they need another roommate. And another
Jeez.
roommate would make a world of difference. So you're right. Basically, 3 incomes. Because we just talked to their landlord today, because he really doesn't necessarily like a third, he likes a couple.
Right.
And we're saying, they really aren't making it. And someday we're going to die or retire.
Right.
And hopefully we retire and then die, but
Yeah.
and we won't be able to help them. They really need that third roommate.
Right.
So you're correct. And in some of these places, I'm not sure 3 would cut it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You would have to have about 4 or more. So, we have to think about these things.
Yeah, it would have to be a 2-bedroom with 2 bunk beds.
Yeah.
We can agree there.
Exactly. Yeah. But one thing, one little happier note to end on, or something very interesting, is patriotic states.
Okay.
Top 10, New Hampshire is number 1. Wyoming is number 2. Number 3, Vermont. 4, Utah. 5, Idaho. 6, Wisconsin. 7, Alaska. 8, South Carolina and Missouri. We made it. Number 9, Minnesota's number 10.
Wow. There you go.
So, proud of yourself. A lot of veterans, if you made that list, and you also get out and vote.
Right on.
And, some of the criteria they used.
Right. Good. Good to hear. We can agree that's some good news to end on, other than all of the hypocritical stuff that we have to go through being on the right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. We definitely agree, but we don't always agree.
Nope.
Life's a journey. We're all in this together. Thanks for listening. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our friends out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and everyone, thanks for listening.